Alright, you guys, Original Gamers here. It's been a while since my last deck profile, so I'm going to go ahead with my Fire Kings with Brofist in. I'm going to start off with my first monster of the deck, and here is my triple Garnex, starting it off with Garnex. Card is awesome. Dark Hole on legs. He gets destroyed by any card effect. He comes back to the next standby phase, blows up the whole field besides himself. He gets run over by he gets killed by battle, and he can special summon any Fire King besides himself from the deck. So it's pretty amazing to me. His big weaknesses that I've seen so far: Deep Prison, Bottomless, and Compulse, which is why I run Lances in here to protect him from that. Alright, we're going on to the next monster. Everyone should know Garnex. And then we got Triple Barong. This card is the searcher of the deck. I mean, it might be a bit of a pain because you have to. He has to be destroyed by a card effect in order for you to get his search off. Kind of like Garnex's, you need him to be destroyed by a card effect for him to get his best effect off. But he's an 1800 beater, Beast Warrior, 200 defender for Rekindling. He's a 1900 under Tenki, which makes him able to spank Thunder King, which, in my opinion, is incredibly helpful. Yep, that's Barong there, and he's a Beast Warrior, so you can overlay for your Tiger King, your Brotherhood Tiger King, to get rid of them pesky Zen mains or search for your another Fire Formation spell. We got Triple Kieran. My deck is based around Kieran a little bit, because Kieran's like a Foolish Burial. I don't run Foolish Burial in here, because I didn't have the room. This one does the same thing, pretty much. It's slower, of course, because, you know, it's a monster, you gotta set it, you gotta hope for it to get killed. But it combos so well with my Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Spirit because it's a level 3. It's 200 defense for Rekindling. I mean, its attack is really weak, so that's what makes him not so great. But his Foolish Burial effect and his level 3 is really the reason why I run him. And I run Double Spirit. I didn't ever find a reason for more than 2 spirits because you can recycle them with your Lion Emperor, your rank 3 Lion Emperor. You got your Kieran in the graveyard, your normal summon Spirit, special summon Kieran from your graveyard. You can go for a Synchro 6, which I run Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Horse Prince, or you can overlay for your rank 3s, which I run, you know, Lion Emperor and some of the staple rank 3s for this play. You can go into Lion Emperor, you got a fire card in your graveyard, you can detach Spirit to the graveyard, and whenever you detach Spirit to the graveyard, his effect says you can add another fire monster. So as long as you got another fire monster in your graveyard, you can detach Spirit and then add Spirit right back to your hand, which is generally what I do. Sets up another rank 3 play, and Lion Emperor is a 200 defender, so you can get him back with Rekindling. So that makes that play really good in my opinion. Horse Prince helps thin the deck, but I'll get to him later. Alright, and for my last 2 Brofist in the deck, I run a Gorilla and I run a Bear. This one, whenever it does battle damage, I get to search a Fire Formation, and this, whenever it runs over a monster, I get to search a Fire Formation. And when a Fire Formation spell's on my field, this one blows up spells and traps, and this one blows up monsters. Having a searchable, a Rhoda, Tenki, you know, Tenki is pretty much a Rhoda for Beast Warriors. A Rhoda searchable monster destruction, and Rhoda searchable MST is fantastic, and they thin your deck on top of that. Since I don't run Duality in this deck, that is amazing. I run 2 Flameville Fire Dogs. Great card in the deck, especially if you're running Rekindling. It's debatable on whether you want to run 3 or not. I couldn't find the room for it. I wanted to run other things, so I went ahead and ran 2 of these guys, which it's been enough in my opinion, but it's up to you. He's a level 4. You can instantly run something over, special summon a Barong from your deck, and overlay for a rank 4. He's like a pseudo Wolfberg since we don't have him. He special summons from the deck instead of the graveyard, and you have to actually run something over, so, you know, and it's not a Beast Warrior, so you can't overlay for stuff for that requirement, but, you know, he's still great, fantastic, thins the deck. He's 200 defender for Rekindling plays, yada yada. He's a great card. And then here's my tech card in this deck right now. I run 2 Swift Scarecrow. Imagine your opponent, like, just running Spam Rise or something. You go first. You don't really have much to do because they don't have a monster in the field because you drew in Onslaught. You got a Swiss Scarecrow in your hand too. You can just end your turn. They open gateway, spam the field, like and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna OTK or something next turn, or if there was a smart player, they probably wouldn't overextend that bad until they know what they're dealing with. But it's happened. You can discard your Swiss Scarecrow. You live. Drop Onslaught. Drop Garnex. Garnex blows up. He comes back and nukes their field, and that's pretty much a good game a lot of the time, as long as they're overextending on their field, which is great. Okay, going on to the spell cards. I got 3 Onslaught of the Fire Kings. This card, in my opinion, is one of the best cards in the structure deck besides, Garnex. Well, yeah. This one helps all the Fire Kings get their effects off. That's why this is so amazing. It's searchable by Brawl. Excuse me. You can special summon any Fire, Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast type from your deck. Its effects are negated, and it's destroyed during the end phase. You can only activate it once per turn. I generally use it for Garnex, because then Garnex is destroyed at the end phase, and special summons during the standby phase to nuke the field. But you can also use it on Barong and Kieran, or any fire monster you got in your deck. Barong would be, I think, the second best target for this, so you can get your search off, but, it's whatever you want to do. Garnex is generally what I use it for. Then you got this 3 Circle of the Fire Kings, the other spell card that came in the deck that's ridiculously awesome. Searchable by Barong also, because of the Fire King in its name. It's a quick play, so you can use it to dodge some stuff, namely like Bottomless and D-Prisons, because those cards really hurt, your Garnex plays and everything else. It hurts this deck. You can actually set up your Garnex loop with this. You got a Garnex in your graveyard, one on your field. Play this, destroy your Garnex, bring back the other Garnex, and then every standby phase you got a Garnex coming out, blowing up the other Garnex, and it goes to the graveyard, and it comes back out, blows up the other Garnex. It just keeps going forever until they get rid of it with a compulse or something, to break the loop. Okay, going on from the other spell cards, I got 3 Tenki in here. It's the Rhoda for Beast Warriors. Raises their attack by 100, makes Barong a 1900 to kill Thunder Kings. It's fuel for my Gorilla and Monkey effects. Well, Gorilla and Bear, 2 Rekindling. I run 2, not 3, because this deck does not, my deck is kind of based around milling the cards to the graveyard, because I feel that without Yaksha, the deck, you don't want to draw the monsters as much, and they're better in the graveyard generally. And since it doesn't go through the deck incredibly fast, like maybe Lavels, do right now, I find 2 good because it takes a while to set up, and you don't want to draw it early game, but mid to late game, this card can push for game or give you a comeback. So it's a great card. If you draw it, you just got to sit through it till you get your graveyard set up. It's still a good card regardless. I got 2 Forbidden Lance to protect my monsters, of course, from spell and traps, because that is a big weakness of this deck, spells and traps. And also, if your monster, let you run over bigger monsters with your monsters, so it's great. It's a versatile card. It's one of the greatest cards of this format, I think. Going on the rest of it, just staples, my double MST, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, and Dark Hole. And going on to my traps, I run no traps in this deck. I run 2 Torrential, double Call the Haunted, and then 1 Regeki Break. I've been trying this card out. Whenever I draw Garnex, it's fantastic, and it doesn't just help you with Garnex. You can use this card for Barongs, Kieran's, whatever, set up for your Spirit play. Kieran or Barong get in your graveyard for Rekindling play. You can dump about any monster card you want to the graveyard, because it's going to help you eventually anyway, and if you need to get a monster off your opponent's side of the field or a back row, it's definitely worth it. So far, it's been working out pretty good for me. Going on to my extra deck, I run double Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Horse Prince. Generally, you go into Lion Emperor before this guy, unless your graveyard's not set up. Say you just drew your first spirit, your Kieran's in the graveyard. Kieran's not even in the graveyard yet. Oh, well, you got a Kieran in the graveyard, so you drop your spirit, go and synchro into him. Special summon another Kieran from your deck, thins your deck. You can end your turn, and if Kieran gets run over, To thin your deck even more. If they don't, you got a rank 3 play next turn if you got another, level 3 in your hand. I've had it happen. Generally, you want to go into the Lion Emperor, though, but he's a great card just by himself. He's a 2200 beater. I run one Photon Streak Bouncer because of my Horse Princes. It's happened before. I've made Photon Streak Bouncer against windups and such. He's just an extra 6 right now. I really don't feel I need another 6 because I don't go into him that often. But he's a good filler. I'm waiting for my Diamond Direwolf, really. My buddy's got it. He said he'd trade it to me. I just gotta hang out with him so I can get it off of him. He said he's trading it for me. He pretty much got it just for trade bait for me, so I'll be getting it soon. Maestroke, Brother of the Tiger King. Great against Zen mains and gotchis and all that crap. I hate those cards, and he just gets over it. Searches your fire formation spells. He got Photon Papillo, Utopia, Cowboy, Shockmaster. I went into this the other day. Rekindling play. I was going for game. I called Effect Monsters so I couldn't drop Gores, and I went for game. Your Lion Emperor. And this card right here in this deck is amazing. You overlay your 3s, you detach one, you add a fire monster from your graveyard to your hand. You cannot use that monster with the same name for the rest of the turn. But that's for the rest of the turn, so if you use them beforehand, then it doesn't matter. You can still use this effect, it doesn't matter. I add my bears back to my hand, my spirits back to my hand, so I don't really ever need any more than one bear or one monkey, because I can just recycle them from the graveyard using this. Generally, I grab Spirit back for another rank 3 play, but I went to Bear first before. Plus, he's 200 Defender for Rekindling, which is awesome. You got your Acid Golem, Leviair, and Zen mains for the rank 3s. So far, the deck's been running exponentially, or amazing to me. I took it to locals yesterday, and I got first place. I'll go on my side deck real quick. It's pretty much for locals. I decided to check this out in my side deck. I took out a Garnex to replace him. I never got to use him. I actually drew into him whenever I sided him in. It was terrible. But I did have a chance to wipe the whole back row. Thank God I drew into him because there was definitely a Starlight Road sitting there, and I definitely had Garnex to run it over, but it still would have been a pain in the butt, So, I got double Maxi, Effect Veilers. Of course, they're in my hand traps in the side deck. Banishing cards hurt me, so I used DD Crows instead for them pesky Inzectors and Dark Worlds. Dust Tornadoes for Gravekeepers and Macro Rabbit, blah blah blah. You got your Royal Decrees for more back row hate. Goes in matches for because this card, I love goes in match. I can't preach enough about this card. This card is amazing. I love this card so much. It wins so many games. Needle Sealing, because you can abuse this. You get your effects off, and it kills your opponent's field, so it's great. Having 4 Tarantulas in your deck is amazing. Of course, this is TCG legal because we don't have Yaksha or Wolfberg, so I'm not going to even mention those guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Rate, subscribe. I would love to hear any suggestions you guys have. I'm open to suggestions, but I will also argue with them. So you better have an argument to come back, or I just want to hear your point and why it's good, especially if I disagree. Like I said, thanks for watching. Enjoy your guys' day. Original Gamer.